So before we start today's video, I want you guys to do something for me. There is a guy on YouTube who is a friend of mine, and he has a channel called The RNO Show. It stands for Rants and Rambles. He makes videos about football. He makes videos about basketball. He makes just videos about fun sports stories in general. He is somebody that I've known for about 3 months. He's been doing YouTube for about 3 months. And he just hasn't gained a lot of traction, which is really unfair because he makes awesome videos. He makes videos, that are really engaging. And it's not just like, oh, he's making like short videos. He's making like engaging videos that are like 18, 19, 20 minutes. And as somebody that makes longer videos sometimes, that's a hard thing to do. And he's doing it consistently. So I want you guys to get him to at least 100 subscribers, and don't just subscribe, actually watch his stuff. You won't regret it. He makes great content. So I'll be linking his channel and his Twitter, so you can follow his Twitter as well, because he's pretty funny on Twitter, and I think you guys would love that. I'm putting that in the description, and I'm putting that in my pinned comment on this video. So go subscribe, get him to 100 subscribers, and actually consistently watch him, because he makes some awesome stuff, and he deserves us a lot more than what he's gotten on YouTube so far. The power forward position has always been one of the most versatile positions in the sport of basketball. You think of the 90s where you had scorers like Charles Barkley and defensive rebounders like Dennis Rodman. You think of the 2000s where you had the two-way superstars like Kevin Garnett and versatile scorers like Dirk Nowitzki. And you think of the 2010s where you had mid-range assassins like LaMarcus Aldridge and versatile two-way do-it-all players like Draymond Green. And you'll get even the position now where you have a guy that shows versatility on both ends of the floor like Jaren Jackson Jr. and whatever the hell Zion Williamson is. Today I want to talk about the next guy up at the power forward position, Paolo Banchero. The 2021 Duke commit is currently a consensus top 3 player in the 2021 recruiting class. But not only do I think that Paolo is the best in the 2021 recruiting class, I also think he's the best player in high school regardless of class. Yes, over Emoni Bates. His combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ are just rare, and today I want to talk about his game, what I think it could be. But before we get into today's video, if you're new and like basketball, I really think you would love this channel. So if you haven't already, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified whenever I release a video. I upload a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so doing all those things would be a big help to me. Also, make sure you follow my Twitter and Instagram for updates on videos, basketball takes, and what I'm like outside of basketball. Link to both those will be in the comment section below. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. Paolo Banchero is a 6'9", 235-pound power forward from the Seattle area. He plays his high school basketball at Odea High School. As a freshman, he averaged 14.2 points per game and 10.2 rebounds per game. As a sophomore, he averaged 18.2 points per game, 10.3 rebounds per game, and 4.3 assists per game. And as a junior, he averaged 22.6 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 3.7 assists per game, being named Washington Gatorade Player of the Year and Max Prep's National Junior of the Year. When it comes to his recruiting, many believe that it was between 3 schools. Washington because it was his hometown team, Tennessee because many believed he would be in a package deal with recent Tennessee commit and current top point guard in the senior class Kennedy Chandler, and Kentucky because, well, it's Kentucky. However, he would shock many people and choose to play at Duke University. But the first thing you notice about Paolo Banchero is his movement skills at his size. He has great mobility and body control when finishing around the rim, He has a good shooting form and operates great from the mid-range area. He draws fouls at a really high rate, and his free throw numbers are always in the 80+% range, which is a really good shooting indicator, especially considering the volume he's taking them at. He has good footwork as well, and for a big guy, he has a pretty good Euro step. He's a good rebounder, always averages around double-digit assists, whether it be on EYBL, camps, or definitely in high school, because he's averaged double-digit rebounds for 3 straight years now. He has a good handle for a power forward, and he's a really good passer that has good pass accuracy and good pass vision. On defense, he's shown to be a great shot blocker and has potential to be a versatile defender due to his basketball IQ. But what I think impresses me the most with Paolo Banchero is the mental side of the game. He doesn't force shots and has great shot selection, and he always seems to be under control. He makes the play to win instead of trying to make a flashy play. He's just very mature, which is rare to see from somebody this young. Players that really come to mind that have similar maturity to Paolo when they were his age are guys like Luka Doncic and Cade Cunningham. And to be mentioned in the same breath as those two is high praise on its own. However, no prospect is perfect, and no prospect is without flaws, and Paolo is no exception to this rule. While he does show some indicators as a good shooter due to his form and free throw numbers, he does need to improve his three-point shooting. He shot just 20% on 5 attempts during the NBPA Top 100 camp, and he shot just 25% from 3 on 20 attempts during the EYBL circuit. He also could cut down on the turnovers a bit. He didn't have a great assist-to-turnover ratio on the EYBL circuit. Again, despite being a very mature player, he does make a few questionable passes from time to time. It's not a major thing, but it is something to look at because of his assist-to-turnover ratio. It is something that should improve over time, as it does with a lot of players, but it is something I had to put in here because it is something that is noticeable. He isn't a great lateral mover, and so guarding against quicker players may be a challenge at the higher levels, but in all honesty, most of his problems are very fixable, and there's a lot of indicators of improvement and potential improvement down the line that are promising when it comes to his weaknesses. Overall, Paolo Banchero is an elite prospect. He's ranked top 3 in his class consensusly for a reason, but he's more than just a guy that is consensusly ranked in the top 3 of his class. In my opinion, at least, he's somebody that's the best player in high school regardless of class. He's somebody that's one of the 3 best prospects in the world regardless of class, in my opinion, and that's including international players. He's a complete mismatch for opposing defenses. He's just too big for quicker wings to handle, and he's too skilled for guys that can match his physicality to handle. He can bring help defenders, but he's more than smart enough to find the open man, and he will try to find the open man instead of trying to force up shots. You just don't find prospects with this combination of size, skill, feel for the game, and maturity often, if at all. In fact, the players that you can say have similar combinations of skills and athleticism and feel for the game and size that Paolo has are players that I just don't feel comfortable comparing him to because those are lofty expectations. But again, the fact that he has a similar combination of skills and athleticism and size to players that I feel are just unfair expectations is a sign of how good he is. What do I think Paolo Banchero can be at the next level and in college and the NBA? I think he projects as a guy that can average around 23 plus points a game, 10 plus rebounds a game, 4 plus assists per game. A guy that's an all-around good player, very well-rounded, somebody that can make a few all-defensive teams potentially, play at least solid defense, and he's somebody that is going to be interesting for me because he's definitely somebody that projects to be a guy that impacts the game while putting up big time numbers, and when you watch him play, it's just very noticeable that he looks like he's going to be that kind of guy. But I think that his intangibles, his motor, his maturity, and his ability to be under control will make him a player that also may be able to impact the game even if he doesn't put up big numbers. And that's why he has such a high floor. Guys that can impact the game without putting up big numbers, have high floors. And he has a super high ceiling because he's a guy that has the potential to put up big numbers at the higher levels of the game. And I'm just excited to see where he ends up going. I could be right, I could be wrong. I hope I'm right because I've said so many positive things about him. And I'm very confident in the things that I have said about him. And I think he's a special player that's going to, dominate basketball for a long time and be, one of the best players in the league one day. And I know that's a lofty expectation, but I do think that he's just that gifted and that talented. And even if he doesn't become that kind of player, I think that he's going to find success in basketball. Whether it be playing, maybe not to the level that I thought it could be, but still being a good player. And I definitely think that, once he's done playing basketball, he's a very intelligent player that has a great work ethic. And I think that he's going to be a great trainer or a great coach one day as well. I just think that he's a bright person and he's a really bright basketball player that has a very bright future. But that is the end of this video. If you've made it to this point, thank you so much. Let me know down in the comment section below, how good do you think Paolo Banchero is? How good do you think he could be? What is he going to average at Duke? Where do you think he'll end up going in the draft eventually? I know that's a bit far away, but still it's something I would like to maybe hear some predictions about, some early predictions about that. Again, thank you for making this point. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, be notified whenever I release a video. Also, follow my Instagram and Twitter. Links to everything in the description below. But with that being said, have a nice day.